Good morning and happy game designing. It's my mom's birthday today, so I need to make sure to call her probably right after this. I was a little disappointed that, well, I'm sending flowers through Amazon and they're going to be a day late. That's my bad. That is my bad. Anyway, happy birthday, Mom. Love you. Talk to you soon. And then a fun little connection through Facebook this morning. So I'll just go there for a second. Okay, this was 2011. And in 2011, I was on Facebook. When did I switch to... I remember switching to Facebook. I can picture where I was because this was MySpace. It was the MySpace era for me ended in 2008. So we're not going all the way back there, but we're going back pretty far. 2011 on Facebook. There was, I guess, a situation. I was riding the bus. What bus? I don't remember. Seems like it was a longer bus because there was a bathroom stop. So 2011, I was in Taiwan. I'm glad you broke the ice at the bathroom stop. I had a feeling there were more English speakers on the bus. So I guess I was feeling kind of isolated. I didn't learn much Chinese when I was in Taiwan because I was scared. I didn't have very many Taiwanese friends. I was teaching at an English school an English camp for the first year, an English American style school that had an English only policy. By the way, I was a big believer in that for a while. I no longer believe in that. Anyway, there was an English only policy at that school, so there were not many opportunities. I didn't create opportunities to talk with Chinese speakers, and there were not many organically happening around me. So anyway, so I guess I was feeling a little lonely on the bus. And then I was looking at your company website and checking out the games a little bit. Which games do you work on? So then this video is private now, so I can't actually... Oh. Yeah, so I don't actually know what games he's working on, but he liked it this morning for some reason. He liked this post like 14 years later. And so I read through the comments and okay, and then I don't know, I'm looking for, like, he's got this link. He says, so he liked the post. I saw the notification this morning. I said, fun, are you still working on games? Because I don't know what kind of games he was working on, but for some reason that's what he mentioned. He's working on the latest game called Dream Drops. I wonder if I can find this. Because the first thing is, it's not super obvious to me whether he's working on Roll Digital Entertainment Co. So I guess they are video games. And he's got basically a minis company, a toy company now. So I think that's pretty awesome. Just a fun little full circle moment. This is crazy. If you ever want to work on a board game version, let me know. That's funny. So fun. Okay. I think that's it for Facebook. I spent some time. So okay, I was watching a Dice Tower review yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and it was a it was just a kind of throwaway comment that Lookout Lookout Games or Lookout Spiel has a line of two-player games, and I like these guys. I've played not definitely haven't played a lot of their games, but I've played some and I've really enjoyed some of these. Never played Agricola, scared of that one. Barron Park played once, it was fine. Camelot, it's great. I teach it still fairly often. Forest Shuffle, I've been having a lot of fun with that on BGA. Played it at Armchair 2 weeks ago, I think. Great Western Trail, awesome game. Wish I was better at it. Some of these other ones I've seen, but I haven't played. And then Patchwork, great little game. But there is a list. Not stand. Yeah, some of them are in here. So I've played. Oh. What? None of these? Wow, I thought there was at least one in that list I'd played. Anyway, so I went to their website. You know, some of these publishers they don't have they get so many submissions that they actually stop taking submissions, or they only take submissions by invitation, or they only take submissions in person at cons just to cut down on just like the cold calls, I guess. Anyway, there's contact us, and they do have, where is it? I design games and would like to contact you. So then here's their guidelines. So reading through their guidelines, what's cool is we focus on Euro games targeted at families and experienced players. Oh, they want something thematic. They want meaningful theme, games that tell a story and support the gameplay with their theme. In addition, here it is, we run a series of games for 2 players, which are also in the range of family to advanced level games. And my sense is that Sugar Shack is right in there. Like it is, if there was a sweet spot and somebody described it or a publisher described it, I think it's in there. 2-player Euro. It's not like beginner level. It's not super complicated either, but it's right in that range. Families to experienced players. It's somewhere in there, and I think I can argue that it's thematic. So as Euros go, I have a feeling that this could be a decent fit for me and for Sugar Shack. So I circled back yesterday and worked on the sell sheet a little more. So it takes, this one has taken a bunch of energy. I think partly it's the fact that I really want it's that I really believe in this little game. It's taken a lot of work and time. It's about a year. It's just less than a year since I started this one, and it's come a long way. I'm sure there's still little tweaks to go, but I think the core is there ish. Anyway, so I posted in my Discord a couple of updates from yesterday. Made a few more tweaks, including more white space. So I shrunk. Let's see, where was it yesterday? Yeah, it felt busy to me too. So what I did was do some shrinking. I got a little bit of advice that went the other direction. That's one reason I kind of spread things out, but that was way too busy. So that's when I started fading out some of the stuff that I wasn't highlighting. But even though I think the eye tracks nice, it invites the eye along a nice, it fits that Z formula. Still too busy. So I got some feedback, very helpful. I appreciate it from these guys. And then here it is at the moment. I don't love the rainbow, but I mean, because I actually like the more muted grays, browns, and blues here, just because that's what the image I had originally. It's that, you know, early spring drab, which I like. I actually I like the transition into spring. I think it's an interesting, weird time in maple syrup country. Anyway, I have abandoned that for the sake of clarity or disambiguity, because now what I have is here's the number 1 and it's associated with the cards that are highlighted in blue, and then green is number 2, and I feel like this might be progress. I also added a number 5 because I think one thing that was missing was an indication of actual gameplay. So, because I've got what you do with your sugar shack, but there's no concept of how to do it. And I don't even give that much of an indication now, but there's a little more than there was. And then the way that the town evolves over time, I highlighted that. I also know that there's this little space here. I don't like this extra space. And I can't remember if it's just a weird kind of glitch of that particular page or not, or if it's actually something I can resize the box. But I know it should be centered, but it didn't happen automatically, so I don't know. Then there's the mayor's favor, or the mayor's cards, the mayor cards, and the mayor's, I have been used to calling the mayor's favor cards. I'm going to call them mayor cards now. So that's the why I'm tripping up on this. But I think they're a really important they're a really important mechanic that changes the experience throughout the game, and it makes every game different. It's also one of the win condition, or contributes to win condition, so I wanted to put that in here, the mayor cards. And then the idea that there are multiple end game triggers, or no, I don't know if we're going with that, but there are currently different things to work on in order to win. There's not just a one, or at least currently, there's not just one thing you need to do in order to win, which originally was have the most money. Now we're working in these other end game objective things where there are the mayor cards. If you accumulate enough of them, then that's a benefit for you in the end game. Or if you're working on the community project card, so it's important to highlight those. And then instead of that old the picture I had of which I like. I actually like having this, like, it's less busy and they know it's not important information, but there's this cabin. I like that image. I think this is still more helpful. This is my my opinion on it. But I show the whole game, and then on your turn, place workers to activate location effects, claim lucrative spaces, or claim powerful upgrades. And I think it's useful to highlight that. Shrinking everything makes sense to me. There was somebody who recommended to reduce the white space. That was a guy that helped me see the Z pattern, or identify the Z pattern and work toward it. So I think in general he's trustworthy, but yeah, it was feeling way too busy to me. And things were not feeling very, like, distinct. Because they don't really know why these cards are sitting here. They don't know what these are hovering here for. And then they don't, like, this is, they probably wouldn't connect that this little bit of layout here is actually the starting situation for the layout of the town. But I don't really have time, or I mean, attention. I don't have attention to describe that because it's all kind of busy. Anyway, I feel good about this. I feel like this is going in a good direction. But I don't love the rainbow. That's the only thing. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, well, actually, there were two things. There was the salt, there was the Ion Award that I wanted to get ready for by working on Sugar Shack. And then I ran across this Lookout Games possibility. And the funny thing about the Ion Awards, I guess this may be more than just the Ion Awards. You're not allowed to have the game under consideration by a publisher during the time of the contest. So it's definitely better to I think it'd be better to have the game signed than to have it place in a contest. But it would be a little bit sad to lose the space on the contest, you know, if it turns out it's not a good fit for Lookout. I also thought Alley Cat, I think I mentioned this before, but I thought the other publisher that would be a decent fit is Kids Table Board Games. Yeah, I feel like I mentioned these people. Partly because of their like homey art style here. And yeah, hey Mike. Yeah, isn't that an unfortunate little little timing puzzle? Because it's better to have it in a contest than under consideration, but it's better to have it signed than in a contest. And to be signed, it needs to be under consideration. I mean, what's the rush, right? I guess a game that does well in a contest is more likely to be considered. That's the point, I guess. Anyway, I could see this fitting into this. I mean, the weight and the, like, you know, there are definitely differences here with the there's, I think, a player count issue with this line of games. I don't know if they do make 2-player games here. Yeah, if it's good enough to be signed. Yeah, right. I guess there really is no rush. There's no rush to submit to Lookout or anybody else. Well, anyway, I like. I think it'd be kind of cute in this animal-filled world, anthropomorphic animal-filled world of creature comforts. I think we can also like pitch from the cozy games angle. I know that the sell sheet doesn't look like it, but there's some kind of argument for Sugar Shack being a little bit cozy just because of here's a cute little town and you're running your little you're boiling off water in your that doesn't sound that cute. Your maple syrup's bubbling away in your Sugar Shack, and you're hanging out with the mayor, giving high fives to the mayor. You're going around the community and helping out. So I think there's there's a possible cozy angle here. So those are the two that stand out to me at the moment. I also just saw that Devere made a card game. There's Tabletop Toki that I used to watch a little more often, not as often these days, but she just presented. She just shared about the game. Which one was it? Yeah, but like I feel like Devere could be a good fit too. I don't know what looping games are. Yeah, not sure. Well, I have a lot of respect for Devere games, so it'd be awesome. Like, yeah, I know that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just want to remember the other thought I had. But this is great. Like this. What is winter about? Oh, it's a okay. Just a little abstract. It does feel like they lean abstract, but like, look at this. It's for 2 to 4. Bamboo. Uh, I feel like Devere could be good. The other thought I had was Paverson Games or Paverson. I feel like it's Paverson, but I'm not sure. Partly because they have their Paverson Games. Because they have their two big games, Distilled and Luthier was delivered recently. And this is um like artisanal what do you call that? Production, manufacture. Of course, like Distilled would be. I haven't played this. Actually, I think I tried Distill on BGA one time, but I think just the focus on like a process, on like a manufacturing process, Sugar Shack doesn't get there exactly. But you are managing the Sugar Shack, like you are managing, um, not in the same way, but just in a similar sense, like you are managing whatever. Where's that? Like there's whatever is on the top and the bottom, and you gotta get rid of. I don't have a great understanding of how to make alcohol, but there was just the process, like the stuff at the top, the stuff at the bottom, and you gotta balance the ingredients just right or something like that. Anyway, so I thought because they have this focus on you're making alcohol, and Luthier, you're a family making instruments and selling them to patrons. I think thematically, Sugar Shack, where you're making maple syrup and then taking it into town, having building relationships with the different establishments in town, and also gaining the favor of the mayor. I feel like thematically there's some overlap there with the major the notes of their games. I think there's some similarity there. Also, 36 more products. Yeah, I feel like DeVere might be interesting too because of some stuff like this. It's all super compact Euro stuff that I know of. I mean, I have Red Cathedral. I've played partial game. Oh, I've played a couple of games with White Castle. Salton Sea is kind of in there. Similar weight, I guess. Anyway, I think it'd be really great if anybody took an interest in this game, but it'd be very cool if any of those publishers did. I just heard from my mentee. I don't need to think of him that way, but that was just our former relationship, and he's been pitching to the op. He had a couple spinner games, and they actually took an interest in one of his games. I think that's amazing. I mean, imagine getting published with the op. Yeah, their distribution channels would be insane. The other thing I wanted to do was, well, I'm going to play test a little bit more just to go through it again. I reduced the timer to 5 minutes just as like a last act of yesterday. And so just go through it again. Then what I wanted to do, Then what I wanted to do was oh, can you make the icon requirements count down? Hard to know. Oh, I don't know if you can hear him, but the rooster's back. I think it was 4 that I woke up to the rooster. And anyway, it was some rough sleep last night. I slept around 11 and then woke up at like maybe 12:30. I think it was dehydrated, had a headache and some of that kind of stuff, and then eventually slept around 1 or 1:30. I think I even got up and just sat on my laptop for a little while just to not lay down and feel bad. So anyway, slept like 1:30 and then woke up to the rooster like 4, like right outside my apartment. I can't tell, but I think somebody shot at it again. Let's see what idea Gemini has to solve this as a UI thing. Or maybe they'll just make it so it counts down. So, as I mentioned at the end of the stream yesterday, if the core is here, if this is what's happening, so draw, take 2 actions, any combination of draw a card, refocus without discarding a card, draw a card, refocus, play a card to a challenge card, or discard 3 cards to a challenge card to reduce the requirement by 1 icon. That's a mouthful, but hopefully in practice the mechanic is simpler than it sounds. Okay. Well, now let's take it. Load it over here. I asked it to fix these buttons and I don't understand why it's not fixed, but I'm not going to cry about it. It doesn't affect gameplay, it's just really odd. Okay, we got 5 minutes on the clock. Nice. Oh, they count down now. Heck yeah. No tools, so draw a card, play a tool. These two are good. Yeah, that's way better. Can get that one done. So the motivation right now is very, very low for me to refocus anywhere else. Oh, except for this time. So south, play 2. Okay, can finish this one. Nice. Play, are there any tents or water? Oh, go east and go there. Feels a little bit like a waste to spend double icons. I'm going to draw one. I'm going to draw 2. So a book, a tool, and an apple. Well, I guess I'll just play these down. I'm going to refocus west and play the tents. Book. Draw a card. Refocus north. Yikes. Ooh, I don't want to discard 3 for 1 yet. I'm gonna draw again. Draw. Maybe this guy will do it. So reduce challenge by 1. So 1, 2, 3. That's gone. Refocus on draw. Draw. Okay, refocus. The first player wants to refocus west. And that seems like a good idea. Well, actually, this guy wants to reduce by... Just get rid of those single icons. That seems fine. Do the double books and then draw. Looking for a tool, but refocus south. Play the double tents. So no tools still. So draw 1, draw 2. Okay, book or tool. Draw, draw. Still nothing. Well, I guess we have a book. Oh, the blue is the medical. Oh, I just realized it's the snake. 1minute, 20 seconds. Double draw. Oh, there's a tool. Tool. They both need tools or tents. Okay. So I'm gonna reduce by 1. 1, 2, 3. And oh, that's actually perfect. So there, and then draw. He's calling out for a refocus. Yikes. Actually, we're in big trouble here. Refocus. refocus east, and then finish that. Can play that. Draw. Plant. Need a tool. Draw. 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 Okay. Reduce the challenge by 1. So 1, 2, 3. Not thinking about it very much. Play. Draw. 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 1. Okay, that the intensity was better. I mean, let's see how many. I can't tell how many cards I have left. I think I have one. I think I have. This might be the last one. So down to 4. I could have been going faster. I could have been discarding more to meet instead of waiting for the tools. So that was pretty good, I think. Yeah, I thought that flow was pretty good. I think I'm gonna play again. Wait a second. I've been seeing a few more mosquitoes, and that I am not a big fan of. How's the connection is good. I don't know why YouTube is looking funny. Okay, let me play again. And this time I'm going to allow myself to discard more and faster. Apple, draw, tent, notebooks, draw, book, this and this, tent, discard all 3. 1, tent is good. Got tools now. So we'll draw 2. This one can finish that. Nice. Quadrant cleared. Well, definitely a refocus. The builder will probably, let's say, refocus east. Draw. Draw, and then 1 tool. Nice. Okay, water is good. Oh. Draw. 1 water, draw. Draw. Water. Water. Nice. Tool and book. Perfect. And I'll just... Oh, I don't know if I want to get rid of all those tools, but I'll try. So 1, 2, 3. Book and medical, that was actually really good. Draw. 1, draw. So I need water now. Let's play that. Draw. Draw. Refocus. West. Yeah, cruising now. Well, there's a point at which you could just draw up all of your cards and then just start dumping cards. Right? Like, watch this. Like, I'll just draw a ton of cards. And then reduce. Oops. Go south. Well, I guess there's just also, you can actually, well, let me do this. 1, 2, 3. You can also play fitting ones, but just, you know, you could draw down to basically the last cards you need. You know, as long as you don't like deck out, then it doesn't matter. So that seems to me to indicate a hand limit. Because why not? Why not just draw your whole deck? I guess what you could do is create an incentive around having cards left. Right. So maybe there's some scoring. It's not just like pass fail, it is you know, the more cards you have left, the better you score. So it could be something like yeah, it's did you complete the mission, and then how many cards do you have left as a group, then that becomes your score. So unfortunately that leans towards setting a high score as the goal, the collective goal of the game. And I get pushback from that. I got pushback with my solo version of the surfing game. I feel like that contest must be over. I forget what that timeline is. But I have not, over the summer I was kind of active. Yeah, I was active in the solitaire, the BGG solitaire contest. I haven't looked at it in a while. Nobody's really interacting on mine. So it's a little bit discouraging. It for sure in that contest in particular, at least in the last year, the people who are most active, they'll get the, you know, like they'll like win the contest or be close to the top. And that's fair, like that's correct. I just don't have that interest level or that kind of time to be as to work on, yeah, to give feedback to everybody like that. Yeah, I finished with a whole minute left. I think, unfortunately, I think a hand limit is appropriate here. Maybe even a hand limit of 5. That sounds a little bit sad, but that'd be pretty easy to keep track of a hand of 5 cards. 4 would be kind of nuts if I just said, you start with 4 cards, you can only ever have at most 4 cards. That would keep it pretty simple, honestly. But if you, yeah, and if you couldn't draw and you didn't want to refocus, you just have to discard 3 cards to the challenge to reduce the requirement. And I guess I don't see a problem with that. Let me see what happens. A hard 4 card hand limit. If the player drawing a card is not an option if a player already has 4 cards in hand. It might be tight, it might be sad, but we're trying to keep things simple. So this keeps things simple. It keeps what I described from happening. I don't know how many people would think of it, but I think it would allow for misbehavior to be able to draw as many cards as you want. And then the number, just keeping it at 4, it's really scrutable. You can tell in your hand very quickly how many cards you have. It's not 7 or 8, it's not 10. You don't have to do a lot of recounting, it's just right there. You can tell it's 4. And it might force a lot of discards, which maybe is not good. But it'll certainly put a lot of pressure on playing the right cards at the right time. So we'll see. Let me take it to another screen. Time to rock. Perfect. Draw. So this guy can play a card, so he will. And draw. Okay, this worked out perfectly for the first card. Oh, it'd be rough if you had to discard 3 in your first turn. That would be kind of sad. Medical implant, so draw. Yeah. 1, 2. Wait, what? Draw. Oh, perfect. 1, 2. Draw. Draw. Refocus west. Play 2. This might also force more refocuses, which I think is good. Maybe. 1, 2. And draw. Like refocus to tents right now, right? Well, no, they have space to draw, so they probably would. Okay, that worked out. Yeah, I like this pressure to like get rid of cards. So what's this guy gonna do? Could refocus, right? Refocus south, and then play here. Yeah, I think more pressure to refocus is good. Refocus east, play the tents. Draw. Draw. Okay, that was great. Also good. In the water, perfect. Draw. No use. Also no use. Look at all those tents. Nothing needs tents. We need plants. All tents. That's crazy. We need plants. There's one. Refocus. Refocus north. Let's get rid of this little guy. Oh! That's too bad. Draw. Oh, ouch. Where can we refocus to play water? Nowhere. So I'm going to have to reduce. Wait, that was just 2 cards. Yeah, something's wrong there. And that should have cleared it. I think there's a little error going on here somewhere. Refocus south. Take care of the apple. Plant. Draw. East. Nice. Water, tool, medical. Need medical now. There's one. Okay, refocus. Oh, 7 seconds left. Refocus west. Plant, nothing, but... Oh. I can't tell how many are left. 1 of 3. So this is the last card. So I pretty much had that. I think there's some error there with the discard ability. With the discard action, it only made me discard 2 cards. And then get passed to the next player. I'm not sure, but Let's see if it catches anything. So far, so good, though. I don't mind the hand limit, actually. Okay. Well, I think that's good for playtesting. So far, let me just add a note that test a 4-card hand limit. Change, helpful change. It increases the likelihood of refocusing, first of all. Makes it impossible to draw a huge hand and play out a lot of cards comfortably. Four is easy to track. Makes discarding 3 cards effect more likely. And this adds pressure to play the right cards. Adds pressure to the problem of decking out. So I think that's a nice direction to go. So I think the last thing I'll have a look at for a few minutes. Today is a grading day. That's what it needs to be. I have a lot of work to do to get my grading done. Oh, you know what's a nice thing is I posted about Parks and Potions on my Cabletop Games Instagram, and that one's getting some more interaction than most of my other posts. So that's cool. Grazing Bear Games. Is that Zach? I think that's Zach Sullivan, right? So he liked it, and then we followed each other. Oh, 14 others, yeah. Usually I don't get a lot of interaction on my posts on Instagram, but maybe people really like what Chris is doing with Parks and Potions and saw that post, or we're more likely to see it. So that's cool. Yeah, I think lots of good changes, lots of good experiments here. Did I mention the 5-minute? Moving more quickly. I also reduced the timer to 5 minutes. Card play is a lot faster. There are no effects for completing challenges. I think that's the right move. That's weird. It says YouTube's not receiving enough, but the stream is pretty strong. Not sure what that's about. Yeah, I really like where this is settling in, because the teach is going to be super fast. The component count is very low, small. Because it's 24 cards, 24 challenge cards right now. That's 6 of each type. And then 23 in each player's deck. So 96. Wait, 92? What in the world? No. I was going to say, well, 20, yeah. 24. Okay, I was thinking 25, but 2 times, yeah, so 92, right? And so 116? 116 for the cards. Maybe that's not a super great count, but what's Dutch Blitz? We looked at this before. Cards in card count. Uh-oh. I see on my phone the network is unstable, so it's holding up so far. Card count. 160 cards. So that's good news. The product, the form factor we're going for is something like this. So this little hanging tuck box should be, this is more than enough for the 116 cards then, so that's cool. Plus player aids, I guess. So like 120 cards at least. Maybe the rules are on cards, maybe a little fold-out sheet, not sure. But I feel like that's a really healthy card count for now. And maybe, you know what, maybe we do build a couple of mini expansions or something. And maybe we do get up to like 140 cards or something like that. Because I can imagine doing some even bigger cards. Well, seven icons is already a lot to keep track of, but creating some different types of challenges might be fine. Because I bet there's room to imagine some different ways to complete challenges too. Because right now it's all just matching icons, but there could be other things. Like some of them could just be discard any card, right? That would be super easy, but it could also drain players' hands, because it could be discard 10 cards, right? So, or discard 8 cards. Easy to count, easy to do, but it would sting if you're having to get rid of stuff you really want to keep. So, anyway, this is all just considering that this size box is great, and what this size box has is 160 cards. because we have space. So it could be different / harder challenges. I guess there doesn't just have to be 24. Different kinds of / harder challenges. A few more. You know what? Story cards. I don't know if this is like scenario cards. Scenario cards. So maybe there are 10 scenarios. And what I think those would include, removing certain cards from players' decks, stacking the cards in a certain way, the challenge cards, changing a couple of rules. Like here you could really start to mess with, some of the things we've done. Like add back the rule, if you refocus, discard a card. So we can, yeah, I think that could work. Change rules, stack cards, remove cards from players' decks, stuff like that. So these could essentially become solvable puzzles depending on the shuffle of the players' decks. I mean, like actual puzzles. I don't know if I'd love that, to do like a one-time puzzle, but imagine stacking everybody's deck and then literally solving a puzzle. So you know exactly what cards the players are going to have. I'm not sure this would be fun. I'm not sure this would be a good idea, but it is an idea to actually literally do puzzles. I like puzzles a lot. Space in the box. Box, in theory anyway. Different kinds of / harder challenges, scenario cards. What else? Maybe some special ability cards. Why not, right? Special ability cards. Yeah, because that would be like complete any challenge card with exactly 5 icons. Could be one of them, right? Or any challenge card with a tool icon, or any 3 to 4 icon challenge card with a tool icon. The thing is, I want this to be language independent, so some of that would be hard to communicate. But like complete any 5 icon challenge card. Complete any 3 to 4 icon challenge card showing a tent, right? Just a few ideas. Okay, I really did want to look at Dextrous. I think I'll do that for, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes. The sad thing is what I'm looking at. Actually, I think I'll get rid of Doomsday Clock. Burn it to the ground. Because they limit you to 2 projects if you have a free account. make it so. Okay, so this is all about creating. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I wonder if I need to build a huge spreadsheet. I think I do. So the first image zone will be here. Well, let me move it to there. Another one. So I'm making the players' cards right now. So that's it, unless duplicate that. Can I duplicate this? Duplicate, okay. So I think I can do this and rotate it. How do I rotate? What does this do? Nice. What I'm hoping is that this will just populate exactly as I dream, and that it just takes care of both of these. And I can put this would I guess I would want this to become, I don't know, Dextrous. How to populate with text.
Now the copy everything you've got here. So imagine I've gone down and selected all the correct images here. Now I can copy the table and I can enter here into the sheet figure and say this, for example. You can see that I've got these things. So I'm just going to grab these images here. For example, imagine I've got a whole logo. I'm going to paste them right here, and that's just a really easy way to get the images straight into Google Sheets. And then once you've got them in there, you don't need to do that anymore. You can just hit refresh because you'll be mostly just toggling the different styles of the features there. Another really common thing you'll want to do is get some formatting out of Google Sheets here. So, for example, before we have the ability, I'm pane glass for this wizard here, and we've got the ability to here, an ability. Oh, no, no, it's not plus. That's right. Is it plus is talking about number? Push to word. Which is okay. So here it is, and I bring in the first card. And that's what it looks like. You can see them making this a little bit more up close. Now I want to pull all this data over here. I want to pull this over here into Dextrous. And how do I do that? I click File, I click Share, Publish to Word. Now I do want to link the entire document here. You can actually choose just a specific tab, for example, Sheet 1. But because I've only got one tab, I'm just going to go ahead and publish the entire document. We don't want web page though, we want CSV, that stands for comma separated. And all we really need to know is that we want to copy this link here. This link auto updates, as long as you've got this selected down here, automatically republish when changes are made. So when I make a change over here in Google Sheets, I'm just going to copy that link. The link the URL that I just popped in, you'll get updated with the changes that I've made here. It does take sometimes a minute or two to update, so if you're pulling stuff across into Dextrous and it's not updating, it might just be that we need to give Google Sheets a tiny bit more time to update.
Okay, so I'm going to add a sheet. I'm just going to create a new one.
Creatures, so just double click to name that. Now I'm going to add right here and click this little import CSV data here. I need to set it up with a link. So we could upload a file, but
I think I tried that before, uploading.
Link URL feature. I'm actually just going to click here and paste that URL right in there. And now click import data. Yes, I'm sure I want to overwrite what's there for this new table name. Now what's amazing about this, okay, so now you can see.
Yeah, let me just try this. What can I do? I have the file from this is the original information for Figma. So I'm gonna copy it over just as a test. I don't think it'll actually work. Like I don't think Dextrous will read it in the same way Figma does, but at least it's here. And then those are the challenge cards. Oh, and then I can add another sheet too. And I'll move in the... Wait, where's my... Where are the player? Is it this one? Okay. So let me just to make sure I have the right stuff. Delete that. Add these cards. It looks like it was the same. And then bring in the player decks. Copy those. Whoa. Add those to sheet 2. I don't know if this is the best approach. My guess is it's not. Like to have two different tabs. Because what I think I'm going to have to do, because I need to make this would sort of look like I'm making. I think the cleanest thing would be to make two different decks, essentially. But that would mean having, I think that would mean having two different projects. And because that doesn't work, because I don't want to get rid of Sugar Shack, the print, I built the Sugar Shack cards in Dextrous so I could print them out. Because I don't want to delete that. I don't really want to, what was this, challenge cards? Well, let me try. So this is ADRA HQ cards. Okay, publish. Entire document. It was CSV. Automatic. Entire document, start publishing. Yeah, publish. Yes, I do. Thank you so much. I'll take that. Go back to Dextrous. I think I'm going to remove this because this is Zone 5 text. I think I'll duplicate this too and do the same thing. Flip it around. Put it in this corner. Oops. Put it in the corner like that. Yeah. So of course it's forcing players to fan cards a certain way, but that's okay. So this is for, I think I'll call this ADRA HQ cards 2. So what I'm not doing here, what I think I'm going to have to do is have 11 different image zones and a couple different text zones, and then each of those is going to be a different column on one tab of a spreadsheet. So for example, this would be icon 1, icon 2, and then I would build the challenge cards off in the same layout as well. I'm just going to do that not right now, but later. So I would have the 7 possible icons right in here, and the possible text for those icon cards. And then hopefully what would happen, so I have a different column for each of those image zones, different column for each of the text zones, and in that case, just from one sheet, I should be able to build all of the cards. One tab of one sheet, right? That's the thinking I'm doing. Okay, so back. Now, link component to CSV. I'm sure. Well, it's good because it's reading. It's reading what I was placing in there. So let me take, so I'll go back to the component. I found like navigating, what is this? ADRA HQ. Navigating around Dextrous is still very weird to me. Okay, so let me get, so there'll be image 1. Oh, I guess I could change this, right? What are the columns I have here? Actually, I think what I can do is I think I'll copy here, drop this here. So deck is good. Card type I don't think we need, but this will be icon 8 and icon 9. Okay, now do name. This will be icon 8. Icon 8. Also icon 8. Okay. Icon 9. This was deck, I believe. Okay, let's see if it handles this now. So we'll go back home, I think. See, weird. Refresh. Oh, I need to upload images. Nice. Okay, cool. I'll make a folder, ADRA HQ. Let's find those icons. Perfect. Set image folder on all columns. Yes. So why is that? Okay, so I guess I'll just do this again. So I'm going to get rid of this column. Just clear it. Copy this over. Call this deck 2. And then copy these. And call these icons 10 and 11. Okay. Let me go back into the layout. Like, how do I edit layout? Okay. Icon 11. It's interesting that it needs a unique name. That's fine, but it's just kind of interesting. Now refresh. Okay, that's perfect. What's going on with you guys? Oh. For anybody on Twitch, what I'm working on right now is building a card game, and I'm making the cards in Dextrous. Let me see if I'm going to export. Yeah, so it puts the image in there. And do I just need to delete the default image? No? That's weird. Okay, I guess I'm downloading a white square. A 16 by 16 white square, or a white square. That's kind of goofy, but whatever. White square.png. Actually, I can just do that, right? So anything that's blank now I guess needs a white square. Including all of these? Yeah. Funny, but fair enough. It's weird it doesn't just let you leave it blank. I don't really understand. Or maybe I could just change the default image. I mean, this is not that. It's not like a lot of work. And I think this should. Ooh, why was that the case? Why is there only. Wait. Is that just a really, I don't know. It looks like an inconsistency, but just leave it. Leave it for now. Maybe remember to come back to it later. Okay, now I need to upload this white square. Edit layout. Gonna add the white square. Please be a nice, simple solution. Okay, refresh. This is really nice. Google Sheets doing it is actually really good. Okay, the white square did it. Nice. Now let me... Yeah, that's great. So that's 92 cards. Yep, that's perfect. Now I'm going to add the... Oh, I see the problem. Yeah, no, these need to be separate. Like these need to be, I'm just gonna put the challenge cards down here. So we get to the one, what was it, 116? 118? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, because I just want this. Okay, now I can go back into, because I have confidence that this is working, now I can go back into the layout, add another one of these, duplicate. I'll put it here in the center. Where'd that go? Deck 1. I'm going to put it in the center. I think I can stretch it across here. You know what is kind of missing actually is, I'm going to call this name. Now I'm going to duplicate a bunch of these. And where did it make that? I think it's 12? Is that what it did? Oh, interesting. I can nest them. I didn't realize that. Icon, no, this needs to be 1. And then where is the name? Okay, so I'm going to put it... Let's say here for now. Duplicate. That would be sweet if it was icon 2. And it is. That's smart. I'm glad somebody thought of that. So there's icon 2. Do 3. Yeah, this is actually really good. I mean, it might be nice that I wasn't having to drag everything like this. Okay, so that should be it. That should be it for all the cards. And okay, refresh. Oh. Okay, I know the problem. These all need to have white squares. I don't know. Okay. I wonder if that's going to mess up. I don't think so because there's no overlap, so it should be fine. Let's refresh. White square PNG. Okay, so the name is just going to... Oh, interesting. So obviously white square should not be in the name column because that's text. So it's just the images. Let's do it again. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let me go look at the other cards here. Well, that's looking better. I forgot I need to have white square on all these other things now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, not on deck. It should just be over on the 4. Over here. Okay, perfect. And the only thing I should do is, how do I change this? How do I like bring it to the front? Oh, maybe I don't need white icon. I didn't realize I could. Yeah, I didn't realize I could do that. Anyway, this needs, how do I change the... Huh. How do I change the layer? Hmm. Dextrous. Hmm. Uh, layout. Layers, maybe? No, that's not right. To change the order of layout layers in Dextrous, you can drag and drop layers in the zone list to bring them to the front or push them to the back. Look at the list of different zones, drag and drop. Drag it up or down to in the list to your desired position. But I feel like Deck 2 is above all this stuff, so I don't get why it should be on top, right? Yeah, it's above it, so I don't get why. Oh, where is it? Bring to the front. Where did it go? It put it on the bottom. Interesting. I guess I'll do that for all of these then. 9, oops. I guess that's a choice. Let's try that. We'll refresh everything. Okay, that did it. So the names are not perfect, but I think what I would do then, I'm just gonna try, and this will be my last act of the day. I'm just gonna remove. I'm gonna remove icon 1, and then what it should do now is it should show up as the default image, right? Wait. What? It's saved. So this should be gone. Right? Icon 1. It should be blank. Okay, so there's the default image. Now what I need to do is go in here and say auto. And let me see if that fixes it. Okay, good. Yeah. So now I can remove all of these white square images because I don't need them. I can just toggle everything to auto. And that way, I guess it doesn't matter, but I guess it's just a little smarter, right? Like it's not, it doesn't need to, maybe it'll be a little faster to load or something like that. I don't know. Oh, you know what? The other thing, actually, the main thing is that now it's going to be a nothing, so that hopefully there's no weird overlapping stuff. That's the main reason to do this. So now I need to go back into the layout, change all of these to auto. Is there any kind of batch actions? My posture is so not good. Okay, this is going to be the last thing I do. If these cards look decent, then I know I have a printable playable prototype. So that's the good news. What is this little one? What is this? Oh, is that I choose how many to print? Okay, so now I need to refresh so that all these white squares are gone. Hello? This is saved, right? Yes. Okay, Dextrous just hasn't figured it out yet. Because this should be default image. You should not be here anymore. Just gonna refresh everything. What does that mean? Why is the, I'm sure this doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna get rid of these. Why is this component locked? There we go. Okay, now check the titles. There's obviously no overlap. Now what I could do, oh, you know what I don't have are the card backs. I could make them, that's not a big problem. Because I think I have the card backs. Where are those? Where did I put those? Oh, we need an ADRA HQ card too. So open that. Teacher. Okay, now I'll just add the remaining. Oh, interesting. So teacher's good, first responder. Teacher, first responder, Dr. Builder. Builder. So builder, challenge. Okay, so that's all of them. Good. Reset to default. So yeah, still need ADRA HQ. So ADRA HQ. And I can also do a CSV. So where would I do this? First of all, what's the name? Maybe I can start there. Because I want to copy the path. copy as path. And let's see where I should put this. I could do it on player decks, probably, right? Oh, okay. Oh, it really is just cardback first responder.png. So it would be all of these. And then I can just copy this, make it doctor. And then the next set they're going to be the challenge cards, so I need 24 of those. Builder. And then I'm going to make the last card. What's the name? I think it's just challenge. It is just challenge. So make 24 of these. So where do we end? 117, right? And then what's the name of, it's the ADRA HQ card. ADRA card.png. Okay, so I think what I can do is make this, just call this hashtag back. Okay. All right, well, I think there's just there's a couple steps left to finishing the print and play version so that I can actually get this game to the table. But anyway, that's it for me for today. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or see you soon. Bye-bye for now.